Living things. How they are different from non-living. Living things. Learning about the characteristics of living things and how they are different from non-living things. Look at your surroundings. You would notice that everything can be put into two groups. We have the horse that is living. The tree is living too. The birds, the dog, and even you yourself would be a living thing. Of course, the cars and buildings, the stones, are all non-living things. Living things. Living things move. All living things need food. Living things must breathe. Living things grow. Living things are sensitive. Living things reproduce. Let's look at the characteristics of living things. Well, first we would note that living things move. That's right, the horse is drawing the cart. Dogs and cats run, and people definitely move. Fish swim. Well, plants move too. It is not as noticeable as animals, but they do. Some plants, like the touch-me-not plant, closes its leaves when touched. The Venus flytrap closes its trap to catch insects. Yet, most ordinary plants don't seem to move, but if we put a plant near a window for a few days, it will be seen that the plant grows and bends towards the light. This means that plants can sense the direction of the light. The roots of plants grow towards water sources. Did you know that Jagdish Chandra Bose was the first person who invented a machine called the seismograph, which showed that plants have feeling? So, the first characteristic of living things is that they move. Let's move to the next characteristic of living. Living things need food. Don't we feed our pets? Plants feed by getting important substances from the soil and air. We too feel hungry around meal times. Another characteristic of living things is that they breathe. If we put an insect in an airtight bottle, it dies after a while. This is because it ran out of oxygen to breathe. Plants breathe through small opening in their leaves called stomata. Is your height the same as it was last year? You have grown, haven't you? If you have pets, you would notice that they grow too. Plants grow rapidly too. So, living things grow. Living things have senses such as sight, hearing, smell, and touch. Even though plants have no special sense organs, they too are sensitive, as we saw in the touch-me-not plant. The final characteristic of living things is that they reproduce. Let's look at the chicken. The chicken has been sitting on the egg she's laid. She sat on them to keep them warm. After a few days, the eggs develop and young birds hatch out from the eggs. So, the big word reproduce was to have young ones. Plants reproduce too. Plants form seeds, and if you plant the seed, it grows into another plant. Summary. We've been learning about living things and how they are different from non-living things. Keep learning.